Hey, my name is Jordan, and today I want to talk a little bit more about life, about experience, and how difficult it sometimes can be to find out what life is, or what your purpose is, what you want to do, or how to feel good. It's not easy to just feel good, especially if you're like me, when you come from a long period of feeling really sad, coming from depression, coming from addiction into living a new life of not wanting it anymore. It's different steps to go through. It's not a direct line from being unhappy to happiness. In unhappiness, there can be happiness, and in happiness, there's also unhappiness. Life is not that straight. It's not always one thing, there's also the dualistic view of it. So, good and evil, old and new, are examples of it. And I've been experiencing a lot of this lately. So my depression triggered something in me, something beautiful. It showed me that the way I was treating myself, the way I was treating other people, and the way I was especially treating life wasn't the way I was internally feeling, the way I wanted to live life, and the way especially I wanted to be. You see, when you're depressed, you don't know life. You're only in pain. You are stuck in a cycle of harming yourself by having bad habits which make you unhappy, which result in more of these experiences. Um, as life gives you what you need. So, by that I mean that my only way to get out of my depression was to experience more of it, to go deeper into why I was feeling sad, why I was feeling negative, and what was causing it. And there's not a certain point I can pinpoint on, since there were, or there still are, a lot of um, different things which causes these types of negative emotions and negative feelings. So all these negative experiences caused for me my spiritual awakening. And it's really weird to say or to experience, as a year ago I was not into God, spirituality, perceiving more to life than what we can see. But by accident, I got more into it. I got in contact with people who were on a spiritual path, who were trying to get more out of life than just the I want to be rich, I want to be famous, I want to be this, I want to be that, I want to be. You see, in spiritual awakening, you learn that every time you want something, it indicates that there's a lack of it, that you don't have it, so that you don't have enough of it. And this causes you to feel less of it because you resist the thing that life wants to give to you. So, how you can describe a spiritual awakening, I think, is going deep into yourself, seeing what walls you've built up for yourself. So, what blocks are in the way for you to progress in life, to live the life you want to live, to do the things you want to do. Because there are a lot of people who have this vivid imagination of where they want to go or who they want to be, but it seems like they have no tools or just don't know how to get there. And when you are spiritually awakened, you start this roller coaster ride of letting go of these old things that didn't serve you, of letting go of this past pain, trauma, and negativity, which has had a hold on you for such a long time. And by peeling off each layer day by day, week by week, month by month, every time you peel off something, there's more room to be filled from the inside, as you start to realize that the outside world is only a reflection of you. The things you see in the outside world are only a reflection of what you are thinking inside. For instance, when I was younger, I used to compare myself to other people. It's like a pretty normal thing, right? It's human psychology to compare yourself to others, to what's around you, to see where you're standing in that sense, to know your point and to know theirs. And that's all okay, but you have to do it without just judgment. So I used to judge people. I still do. I try not to, but my brain has been so programmed to judge people or to judge everything, right? So just for instance, this pen, I judge it as a pen. I see it as a pen, but that's just a name for it. It's not that. It's just that my mind sees it as a pen and then it becomes a pen. I don't have to name it. So what I'm saying with that is that you become less involved with the outside world, what other people are doing, what's happening in the world. Because you start to see that everything you are experiencing comes from yourself, from the things internally which are holding you back, or maybe the things you need to learn to grow from. And life always finds particular ways to give that to you, which is really funny. I've experienced a lot of amazing things, I would say, the last year, as a result of me getting more open. And it's then my duty, or your duty, to accept the lessons, to integrate them, and to strip away those layers of that mask we have been all wearing. And this is not like, okay, here I am, I'm spiritually awakened. It's completely not like that. It's like, probably like a never-ending cycle. You go from sleep to awakening, to sleep to awakening, to the point where you are consciously fully awakened. But I'm not there yet. I know the steps I have to take, but I don't know how I'm going there or whatever, because every time I think I know how my path is going, life just hits me in the face and says, oh no. Have you looked at this already? Or have you maybe checked out that? And I was just thinking, nah, I just want to do that. And over the last year, I have done thousands of 180s, of going there, to only realize you have to go there, to only go there again, to go there, to go there, to go everywhere. Because life is not just this straight path. Life is not what we all think it. So I think you can see life a little bit like the Matrix, where we have been asleep and where we get the choice to take the blue or the red pill. Red pill, wake up in your bed the next day, forget everything and just go on with your life. How it is, how good, how bad, and all that comes with it. Or you have the blue pill. The blue pill shows you what more there is to life, what more there is to see, and gives you the power over the Matrix by not being in the Matrix anymore, but outside of it. And this has been a amazing film with a lot of good analogies on how to see spiritual awakening, to go through life first living with blindfolds on, only to be suddenly ripped open for you to experience more. And everybody has its own path. Spiritual awakening for one person and the other is totally different. And that's the beauty of it, because everybody is different. And you get to see so much more of what life is. Once you realize that there's more to life than what you can see, what you experience, this opens a whole new world. And there's no coming back from that. So once you realize there's more to life than what we can see, what we feel, what we experience, then there's no going back from that. You keep wanna progress, you wanna keep learning, because there's so much more to experience, so much more to learn, and so much more beauty to see. And your spiritual awakening, as I said, is like a roller coaster ride where it goes through undescribable ways, I would say, to let the spirit or person know that the life they've been living was not good for them. Only to eventually, step by step, climb out of it, going further and further, getting closer and closer to your new self, and just going further and further away from the old person you've been being for your whole life. And I have to say, it feels good. So for example, a day like today, I'm really calm, really neutral, really centered and focused. Not experiencing negative emotions, but also not experiencing positive emotions. And that's alright. That's really good actually, because then you're balanced. And I think maybe this is the first time I've really been this balanced in my life. I've learned the past month, I would say, to give less of my energy away. I used to give you all my attention, all my love, all my whatever I had at that moment, only to be left out, worn out, because I gave everything away. And I'm realizing that I'm not doing that anymore, or that I'm taking the steps at least to not do that anymore. And that's because of my spiritual awakening, and that's because I want to. So there's a lot more to tell about this topic, a lot more. There's so much more about life than what I can ever tell you. And that's beautiful. There's more to life than I can ever learn as well, than we all can ever learn. But that's the beauty. We're all just souls on our bed, on our journey about learning more, to get closer to ourselves and to find new ways of living, of creation. And I hope we can have fun with it. We are here on this beautiful planet, in this beautiful life, in this crazy interesting times. Times which will be remembered for the coming centuries. And we are all part of that. Even though we might not know where it's going, what our part in it is in it. But I know one thing for sure, and that's that we are here. That now we are having this human Earth experience. And I'm trying to find more and more joy in it, because there's a lot to experience. And as I said, it's not a straight path, but everything that's happening in the world is for a reason. The world is spiritually awakening, just as we are individually. So, I want to thank you all for watching today, for looking at this video. I hope life treats you kindly. I hope you're not going through any chaos at the moment. And if you are, which is common, which I've been experiencing, and I think a lot of people have been experiencing the last weeks, months, maybe even years, is that there will be an end to it. That these steps will be taken for us to clear this earth and to get on and to evolve onto a new consciousness and into a new life we can all create together. So, thank you, and I hope to see you next time. Namaste and peace.